Alrighty, let me check and make sure that I'm live. Let's see. Alrighty, yep, I am live. Looks like I'm live. Let's see. Alrighty. It looks like I am live. Looks like I am live. I'm hoping. All right, so I guess we'll get to the nitty-gritty. Okay, all right. Okay, so welcome. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me for this thank you for joining me for this workshop on clairaudience. For those of you that don't know me, I have a little introduction. I am your guide on this journey. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, an oracle, a priestess, an author, an intuitive book consultant, and that's old, and an energy healer. And so you can find out a little bit more about me on my website, which is TammyYMorrison.com. You can also find me in my stand store, which the link is in the bio, as well as in the description on YouTube. So today we are talking about clairaudience, which is powered by the throat chakra. What is clear hearing? Because that really is what clairaudience is. Clairaudience is hearing. So when you hear clair before anything, you know that it means clear. Clear in French. So clear hearing is when you hear words, sounds, and music in your mind's voice. You can hear it where it sounds like the person singing it. Sometimes you can hear it where it sounds like you're singing, but suffice it to say, when you hear the words, the sounds, and the music, and you hear it sometimes outside of yourself, sometimes for me, I can hear it inside of myself. So sometimes you will hear in what sounds like your words, or it could sound like someone you know, or even someone you don't know. Because when it first started for me, a lot of times I would hear my grandmother's voice, because her voice was to me the most thing. And it was something that that I would understand and that I would get. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Come on in and tap the screen. All right, so clairaudience is the ability to hear psychic information and receive auditory intuitive messages. So typically you'll hear things, your guides will say things to you, spirits, archangels, even sometimes Master Jesus, on the relationship that you have, that you will hear, get this information, and you will hear it psychically. Sometimes it doesn't sound like you're hearing it in your ears. It sounds like you're hearing it in the environment or in the awareness, but what it is you have an awareness of this. And so that is one of the things about clairaudience. For me, it is my strongest gift. And it started where I started hearing like buzzing sounds and noises. And then because I love music, and I'm gonna get to that, I hear music a lot of times. I'll hear music playing in other dimensions. And yeah, so sometimes it can happen like that. You can feel like you were crazy, really, but really you're not. It's just that your gifts are opening up and expanding beyond you. So some signs that you may be clairaudience are if loud noises irritate you. That is a big one for me. If you prefer listening to audibles instead of reading, or on Kindle. And so I love audibles as well. I actually am listening to an audible right now. I have two that I want to listen to. If you're musically inclined. And so for me, I sing. Those of you that watch me regularly know that I will break out in song in a minute because I sing. I love music. I love to hear it. I love to sing it. I love to be in the energy of it. I love music. Also, if people call you for advice, if you're a person that everybody's always calling you, even as a child, I can remember that. They were always asking me for advice as a child. I mean, I was a little girl and people would ask me, grown people would ask me for advice. And of course, it still continues today. If you tend to talk to yourself in your head, you're not crazy, you're probably just clairaudient and gifted. So if you're a person that, you have whole conversations with yourself in your head, then more than likely you are clairaudient. And the last one is, as a child, you talk to imaginary friends. So if you were that person that had imaginary friends that you talked to, and of course people, made fun of you and said ugly things and all that, more than likely you were just expressing this kind of clairaudience. So how do you use clairaudience in your life? So typically, for me, I ask questions, and I've always been that type. Like even as a child, I ask questions always. And I ask questions that made people uncomfortable, and I didn't realize that I was doing that. I didn't do it on purpose. It was just me. I just asked the question. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for liking the live. All right, so people who are clairaudient typically are natural musicians, singers, writers, and public speakers. So typically, if you have a natural inclination to music, if you have a natural inclination to writing, because remember, clairaudience is powered by the throat chakra. And what does the throat chakra govern? Communication. Communication. The throat chakra governs communication. In times, this chakra will be attacked, especially if you are meant these things. If you notice, you'll see musicians, a lot of times they have trouble with their throat, and sometimes they'll have surgery, different things, all of that. Same thing with singers, writers will get different types of things happen to them, conditions where they're not able to write. Sometimes it's just mental blocks, sometimes it's something physical, so you look at this when you start to pay attention, when you start looking at this, you'll see how this is true. If you have affinity to music, again, you are definitely clairaudient. Because you're taking this time with me to learn something about your spiritual gifts. I also have a way to continue to help you develop it. I want to talk a little bit about how clairaudience can really help you in your life. Because what happens a lot of times, our clairaudience, say you're driving down the street, and all of a sudden, you hear something like, turn left, stop, don't go down there, or you hear something like, take this street instead of the normal that you could. And then you learn later that you were avoiding Christ, and you were avoiding a really bad situation. Because why? Because you heard that and you listened to your intuition. Thank you for liking the live. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for the follows. And thank you for the gifts. So that's one thing about clairaudience that I know for sure. And so I created this membership. Remember who the fuck you are, because the thing is, y'all, if we are in this space where we are, it's time for us to remember who we are. And so in this membership, we'll have weekly Zoom calls. It's a community of like-minded people. You have access to email and messenger. I think I also have a discourse thing that I can create for that as well. You can check it out in my Stan store, which is stan.store/intuitive Tammy. I have that in there as well as lots of paid and free resources. And so in the end, I love to chat. Those are all of my details. You can actually watch this on YouTube because I'm also streaming it on YouTube as well. So you can go back and check that out. It's got all the links and stuff and places where you can find me. But you know, you can find me right here where I am in both of these places. But I'm super excited. And if you are on TikTok, make sure you go over to YBUTUBE and check out my channel over there because I have many of these. Like I have a few more. I've done clairvoyance, claircognizance, and clairaudience. Clairaudience. And so the next one will be clairsentience. So I'll come on and I'll do a little workshop about those. I actually enjoy doing these small workshops because, you know, this stuff can be overwhelming. And I know that. And so I try to break it down so that it makes it easier. Welcome in, Queen Larissa. I try to break it down so that it makes it easier. All right, so that is all I have for the workshop today. I appreciate everyone joining me. Um, And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments wherever you're watching. I definitely go back and look at the comments anytime, except for, you know, I can't do that on TikTok because they're gone. But here on YouTube, I can look at the comments. So definitely go over there and check that out. There are so many videos and so many things. I have some amazing playlists where I talk about timelines and shifting and getting into the frequency of abundance, aligning to love. So if you are on that journey, if you are trying to find your loved one, or you have been in a space where you haven't been able to find anybody suitable to yourself, and you're wondering what is the problem, many times the problem is you. The problem is you. You've had, you know, very similar people in your life, partners in your life, and they've been basically the same, then the problem is you. Make a shift so that you can become love, so that you can become love, and so that you can attract the love that you are. Because that really is what you want to do. So when you become love and you begin to start attracting love, oh my God, will your life change? You know, will your life change? I also have healing sessions that are available. I have some, I actually have a phone session that is available as well as a Zoom session that's available. And I also am encouraging people to grab my full program because what it is for one session, because typically one session is not enough. You need more than that. So, so I'm encouraging, you know, people to grab that as well, because of course you're going to get a discount for having 4 sessions as opposed to the one as well. So that is something that I am considering. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for liking the live. We appreciate you. So that's what I have for you today. And I hope that everything is well, and I appreciate all of you for coming. And let's see, stop the share. Okay.